everybody. This is the Ayşe Erkan show.
Hey!
We're back. We just wanted to give a quick update on what's been going on in our lives and what's been empowering us.
Yeah.
So, Erkan, hello. How
Hi.
are you? Sitting in your lovely garden.
I'm great. I tell you what, you've named me Mr. Greenfingers, haven't you, recently?
You are.
I've discovered the beauty, the fulfillment, the satisfaction, and look, I'm an obsessive type of person. And I'm obsessed about being in the garden. It's been about 3 months, hasn't it? I've been
Yeah, it's
yeah, and
become your new toy, hasn't it?
I got to say, I mean, every day I'm eating something out of the garden. I mean, today I juiced oranges. I had chard, mint, lettuce from the garden.
Wow.
You know, every day so my plan is to slowly ratchet up, as much as I can sustain myself from growing from the garden.
I think that sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I got to say, I mean, I've been saying about getting off grid. Just never worked for me in England to be getting out in the garden, and it's different. It's just very different here in North Cyprus. It works for me. I mean, I guess different people, it's different folks, different strokes for different folks. But I think if we're going to be empowered, I think it's probably most people out there would agree that your health is the cornerstone of that empowerment. Because your health and your body is where you experience your life. It's your Scotty dog. You know, when you play Monopoly, it's your piece for playing the game of life. And the healthier we are, the fitter we feel, the more vibrant we are, the more we can make of all the other things in our lives. So today on the Mighty Network platform, I posted a video by Dr. Robert Young, and he talks about alkalizing and pH miracle and juicing. So I started juicing again. I've been juicing on and off for about 12 years, and when I do it, I love it. But now to do it with things that I can pick out the garden, leafy greens out of the garden. So today I juiced, and it was. I feel really
Vibrant.
Yeah, vibrant. I feel alive.
Yeah, full of energy.
Mm.
Because you are, because it's all about living, isn't it? You're getting energy from living sources, not all this synthetic rubbish and processed stuff that we've been feeding our bodies with. But I 100% agree with you. It's all about your own health. That is the journey.
I mean, Ayse, in the UK, I don't know what your lifestyle was like, but in the UK, I used to eat out in restaurants. I'd be drinking beers.
Yeah.
I'd be driving from one meeting to another, grabbing a sandwich from a petrol station, late night, having a meal with some, and then getting home. And then, I just remember being bloated all the time. And, so I don't know, it's like if we don't manage that, and look, we don't want to come over preachy. This is not about, I think
this is our experience and what we're going through, and it's funny because we're literally parallel, you and me. You're having this, this whole health experience, and so am I. Like currently at this stage as well, I've really sat and had a long, hard look at my health and my position, and I'm trying to change it as well. And it does lead you back to your garden. That's the irony. It really does. It leads you back to nature.
Yeah, a friend of mine was saying today, is like, if you're growing aubergines, you got to find recipes for aubergines, because you're gonna have aubergines for like 4 or 5, 6, 7 weeks or whatever while they're in season. And I said, well, I think that's where we could get creative with herbs and spices, and adding orange to a salad, and just getting it's kind of, if you've got to stop, I mean, if you're growing seasonal, it's not going to, you're not going to eat the same things, year on year. But while you're going through that season, you can get creative. But also, as you grow more than you need, like at the moment, I've got a lot more chard than I need. I can't eat chard every day. I mean, it's great, I love it, but there comes a point. Now I'm thinking, well, what do I do with it? Do I freeze it? Do I turn it into some kind of, I don't know, chutney or jam? I mean, I don't know if you can make chard jam.
Oh, jam.
Oh, jam, that's, I mean, no one's ever done that before.
That's an idea.
And also you can swap. I mean, I might have chard, you might have potatoes.
Yeah, it's true. Wonderful.
Or children.
But look, this opens up another thing, doesn't it? On how to keep food, without it rotting, and maybe have it ready for a time that you may need it more so than fresh out of your garden. So looking into stuff like prepping, like you're saying, maybe fermenting food, maybe, like you said, turn it into something like a chutney or whatever. So it opens up a whole new world, and it's good to dive into that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said,
it's great. And
it's the way forward.
Today was quite an important day. Anyway, I just want to share this with you, right? I planted seeds, right? And I put them into these little pots, and put in the earth and the soil, whatever. And then I watered them. I go out, no, nothing. Go out, no, nothing. And suddenly a little boop, you're like, oh wow, there's this little boop. It's just coming. It's like little green.
A little bubbles
come. And now they've outgrown.
Isn't it wonderful though?
They're little pots. And today I spent the whole morning till about, I don't know whatever time it was, putting them into bigger pots. Now I've got like rows of these trays with tomatoes in them, beans, berengere, all sorts. I've planted okra, tomatoes, melons, cucumbers, chilies, peppers.
Wow.
I've got a clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, but that's the journey. You'll find out as you're going how to do things better. Maybe get some tips from people that are more.
Oh, this is Cyprus. People are so forthcoming with that you've done it wrong that way. You should do it this way.
Yeah, they're ready to tell you how bad you've done it, aren't they? But
it's great.
There you
go.
go.
You know what? It's Cyprus. Everybody's got an opinion. I mean, I don't know. It's like someone came at one of my cousins to her. He goes, "You've done all that wrong. It was all the vine. I've done all the vine wrong. You're not going to get any grapes." I'm like, I feel like a right donkey, right? And then I went out the other day, and there's all these little buds with grapes,
There you go.
And
there
loads
you
of them.
go.
Loads. I'm sure the birds will eat them and they'll die.
See? What does that mean? Doesn't it all just happen one way, right?
No. So what's been happening in your world? How is, since we started this podcast, how are things changing for you? What's, what do you want to share with our audience?
I was really inspired by Onur and him talking about the bioresonance therapist. So I decided that I'd go and take a trip to the bioresonance therapist. And he opened up my world to just, honestly, blew my mind, because it was a holistic way of looking at the individual. So he starts with your traumas. He goes into the minerals and the vitamins that you're deficient of. And he literally takes all the readings of every organ in your body. So because how it works is that the frequencies that your organs are giving out are according to your genetic damage. So it picks up on those and it tells the computer, because what it is, they put like these electrode bands on your head, on your wrists and on your ankles. And it just takes the readings of all of your organs and just lets you know where your issue is. But it's so in depth, it's unreal. It goes through everything.
It's quite a long process, isn't it? It's not. How long did it take?
It took 3 hours. 3 hours, and he literally assessed everything. And we went into sort of alternative medicine. So we were discussing this, weren't we, about chlorine dioxide solution, what they're calling the miracle mineral solution. And this has been hidden from humanity. This stuff is just amazing. It's cured cancers. It's cured, like, real metastasized cancers. I'm talking, autoimmune diseases, all types of infections, bacterial, fungal, everything. They use it on kids. And the guy that actually refound it, I should say, because it has been quite an in old usage. It was this guy who in Africa, he basically took some tablets for purification of the water. And all the Africans at that point got malaria, and he didn't have anything to treat them with. He just got them to drink purified water. And he noticed that they'd all completely healed of malaria. He cured them all of malaria, and that just sparked this thing in him to investigate. And then, wham, look, but it's been hidden from us. Just like many things.
The more I've researched,
but just diving down this hole has just opened up a whole new. It's just mad, mental. But I've started on my. You've started this as well, haven't you? This is the irony. You started the same time I started, and we didn't even realise, did we?
No, because I mentioned it to you. Let me tell you about it. You went, well, I'm already on it. I'm like, oh.
I was like, excuse me, I've done it as well. How dare you?
Parallel, yeah. So I started taking MMS over a week ago on the recommendation of a very good friend of mine. He'd been talking about it for ages, and he got some chlorine dioxide from Germany, and I started just taking a very small amount, just because I'm not unwell. I've got got some mental issues, but I have arthritis in my little finger.
Do you?
Yeah. And I started.
So that does mean you've got an autoimmune. That does mean you've got autoimmune.
Yeah, but I've never had it. It's only just here. I don't have it anywhere else. Blah blah. Anyway, a week in, very low dose, and it's starting to loosen up, and the pain is going within a week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to overdose this week.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah. So I've heard
there is a protocol on this, guys. If anybody wants to investigate this.
Well, we've already posted the video on the Mighty Network platform. Ralph posted it. There's a video, there's a download of the book.
And there's links on there that thankfully Ralph has put on, and people can investigate like the proper written protocols. Even they use it on kids even,
Yeah, because it's about the oxygen it's about the oxygen in the molecule in the chlorine dioxide. Yeah. It's about the oxygen, and the chloride just dissipates. So it's not you're not drinking bleach or anything.
No.
Right. But there's a lot of these. There's a lot of these substances all over that have been hidden, demonized.
Absolutely. And this is one of them. They did demonize it when it was out.
Yeah.
Mass media sort of really rinsed it and said, oh, you're bleaching your blood and you're this and that, as they do with everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel so much better in myself.
You look really well.
I'm not fatigued. I used to be really fatigued all the time. When you get up, you don't want to get up. I don't have that anymore. I'm just like bouncing up.
I think the last podcast you fell asleep, didn't you, halfway through?
It's because you talk too much.
Oh, okay. We're back to that one there, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So for me, I suppose the two main features of empowered living this week has been, obviously it's been a while, it's been in the garden growing fresh, decent, seasonal food, which is really important. And this MMS, the MMS is really, I just feel a little bit more energetic. Wow. I feel different. Like you said, you were feeling tired and fatigued. I can't say I was feeling tired and fatigued, but I just feel like a new spring in my step.
Yeah, honestly, it really is just amazing stuff. And these have got no side effects if used in the correct manner. There's, it's all sort of natural remedies, this stuff. And you can even make it yourself. There's a protocol, you know, if anybody wants to investigate,
For
it
pennies, I
can be
think, right?
made.
Yeah, for
But
pennies.
it's amazing, amazing, amazing. But I mean, I've been having my golden milk every day,
What's
my
called?
turmeric,
Oh, so what, yeah,
which
you were
is
talking
a
about
really
turmeric.
calm. Because the thing is, because I've got this autoimmune disease, this Hashimoto's, is basically I don't have a problem with my thyroid. My thyroid is not the problem. It's my body is attacking my thyroid, which is the problem. So my immune system is attacking itself, so to speak, for whatever reason. There's many reasons it can be, but I don't. Should I go into that? I mean, it's specific to my condition. I don't want to bore everybody with it, but
I know you were
I mean,
thinking about doing a
you know,
series of videos on the subject, weren't you? You've done
yeah,
the first one.
I've started. I'm doing like I'm documenting, and then at some point, I think I will release it because if I can help anybody, because I wish somebody would have sort of given a handout to me to sort of get me started on this years ago,
Yeah,
because I have been suffering, to be honest.
yeah.
But you know what? Take the power back. Our body is amazing. We can heal ourselves. We have everything inside. And I think that's what the message I'd like to give to everybody. You just got to believe in yourself. Believe it because it's the truth. And that's why they've held all this back from us because they know we are powerful beings. We really are. That's why they've tried to dumb us down. They've tried to poison us from this toxin to that chemtrail to this food process to that injection to this to that because they're aware that we are powerful beings and we've lost that connection and it's time to get it back now. And this is why we're doing this, isn't it, Erkan?
This
Is
is
to
why
get us on that journey
yeah.
to realizing and remembering, because that is who we are. That is us human beings, very, very powerful.
I think we
And
both.
everything in the mind.
I think
Everything is in the mind. It's all however you see it. It is what it is.
I think we
You
both
attract what you
agreed that we
believe.
wanted to do this for us first,
Yeah.
and then those who get value, great. You know, and if they give us feedback and some guys or encouragement to try, you know, talk about different subjects, we will. I mean, I got up this morning, I come out, and the sun rises. You know, because we're coming up to, you know, well into spring, but the sun now rises over here, so it hits this spot in the morning, whereas in the winter you didn't see sun here at all, right? And I come out and I'm like, oh, beautiful. And I looked up and there's these white lines going across the sky, and if people don't, I don't want to talk to people like that. I don't want to use that tone, but we have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And
We
the
have to
devil
start
is in the
observing.
detail. You know, we are being normalized to so many things. And then I remember when the first lockdown started in March 20, and March, April, May, we'd go for walks with the family. And I'd say to the girls, girls, look at the sky, because for some reason all the planes had stopped flying. The skies were crystal blue, big white fluffy clouds. This was in the UK. And I was saying to people, to the kids, I was saying, that's what the sky used to look like when I was a kid. And now you look at the sky, it's kind of murky, hazy. There's these lines going across. It's like it's really obvious when you know, when you read it. But if you don't know, you know, look up or look at things and then ask yourself, why is that the way it is? You know, you know, really, does it have to be that way? Who told us it's this way? You know, I think it was Kellogg's told us that the most important meal of the day is breakfast. But we just believe it. We just say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Why? Because Kellogg's want to sell, you know, squashed corn.
But the irony, when you look at that word, again, if you're observant with it, break fast. You're just breaking the fast. It doesn't mean that you're having it early in the morning, the minute you wake up. But again, it's just, you know, a perception, isn't it? It's just what's being sold to us for commercial reasons. It's all commercial, keeping us in that flow, keeping us unhealthy, keeping us, you know. So it is what it is, but you know, people do absolutely need to be more observant.
Yeah, I think it's you know, you don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. You know, and I think if you're looking for how things work and you're interested, you'll find new things. I mean, look, you know, we both discovered new things that we're doing this week, last week, because we took this show on. I also have reached out this week to some guests. I want to line up some guests in the pipeline. I don't want to say too much now because some of them haven't said yes yet, and I haven't had the dialogue. But I want to get some really interesting guests on the show. And on that note, last week's podcast with Mustafa Demiro was really well received. I've had some really good feedback from that. The mark still was going to happen today, but there was a scheduling issue. So we're going to have Mark and Mustafa on with us next week. So we're going to do that next week. And then I want to line up some more around sustainability and growing food and, you know, getting off grid. And I think, you know, if we've got any other suggestions, please let us know, because we're just interested in what it takes to have a great, you know, live life free, sovereign, healthy, vibrant, and then, you know, pay it forward, pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what it's about. And off grid is so the way. So the way. You know, sufficient in everything. We are enough for ourselves, aren't we? You know? What is it, seriously, when you look at it, what does a human being need?
Do you know what I keep thinking, Ayse? When I'm in the garden.
It's so simple, isn't it?
When I'm in the garden, I'm thinking, let's say you need 1,500 calories a day. I don't think you do need 1,500, but let's say, I know they say men 2,500, but let's say 1,500 calories. I'm like, I can harvest 1,500 calories a day. All right, you might go, well, that's all right for you, but if there's 4 of you or 5 of you or 6 of you, then it kind of multiplies up. But then you've got that many more people to put some effort into it, you know, to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Got more manpower, haven't you?
You've got more
to plant more, to get more.
But there comes a point where there's not really, I mean, like today, I mean, I'm still priming the system. And a friend of mine said this to me back when I was in England. And he said, look, mate, well, you've got to do a bit of hard work for the first year, maybe 18 months. But then you've got the setup, you've got and you've developed the foundations. Yeah. And as you grow, you know, like we said, you either ferment, pickle, dry, freeze, whatever you're going to do. You build up the stock, you learn, you know. So, you know, I think the investment, the ROI on doing it, whatever level. I even planted herbs as well. I planted thyme, dill, and parsley as well.
We've hopefully got a guest coming, haven't we, that has literally been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and is just amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
Hopefully that's lined up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's. In fact, he told me today. I'm not going to give a name because until we confirm the date. He said he's on a chainsaw course.
Oh wow! Yeah. There you go.
I mean, I'm like, ooh,
just something to build up to.
I'm just like. I've done a lot of damage just with those. What do you call it? What are they called? Secateurs, what are they called? Yeah, so yeah.
You've been clipping away, haven't you? You've made them all bald.
Yeah, they're all bald, but they're growing slowly.
But they absolutely they need a restart, regeneration. It's the best way.
So you said you were in the garden tonight. You said I inspired you. What was you doing?
Yeah, well, you know, I've got a little greenhouse. We finished everything off, so it's just been sitting there for like 2 months with nothing in it. So I was inspired by you, Erkan, I can't lie. So I've been giving a good like hacking away at the ground, just like, you know, turning over the soil, getting it all ready. We pulled our sort of water lines, pipelines, got that all ready. So I'm going to, as of tomorrow.
What are you going to plant? What have you got in mind?
Well, I'm just like, you know, just for our own sort of use. Everything.
Well,
From,
what then?
from lettuce
So
to salad stuff, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, aubergines, you name it. Gonna plant everything really. Get some onions in there, bit of garlic, get a few made, like you said. It's a good time now, I think, for the watermelon, isn't it? And the melon. Get that going. It's good to plant in the season, you see, because we don't have a clue. We're just like, we'll plant everything. But the thing is, actually, we should be planting what is in season, really.
Yeah, I've got a list. I'll send it to you. I'll send you a list.
Really, that would be wonderful.
Cyprus, what to plant and when here.
What season? Oh, that's perfect. Maybe we should share that as well on the platform if anybody wants to.
Yeah, I will. I'll put it on the platform. I'm going to put that on the platform.
Great. It's a real great.
Definitely.
Because I'm so new to this. You're better than I am.
Well, according to my cousins, I killed the vine. yeah, luckily it's about 4 vines, I think, and there's one that's like that thick. The down root, it's like a big one. And he goes, well, you maybe didn't kill this one. This one looks quite sturdy. I'm like, God, all I did was.
They know how to put a thing in it, don't they? Cut it completely. Kill all your hopes, honestly.
So I've got some more news, right? So I'm not gonna use a name because I don't know if I got permission to share something. But a very good friend of mine, when I said I'm leaving, I'm going to Cyprus. So, oh man, I'd love to do that. Anyway, long story short, over the year and a half while I've been away, he's been preparing to get him and his 2 kids and his partner to come to Cyprus. And on Friday, they are in a hotel at Eurotunnel, and they're crossing the channel and driving to Cyprus. So they should be here in about in 2 weeks' time.
Wow, isn't that wonderful?
So
are they Turkish? Are they Turkish?
Sicilian.
Wow.
So they're Sicilian, and so my mum and dad sold up in Turkey and came to Cyprus. They've basically rented their house out, and they're going to come and give it a year or longer or less if they don't like it. So
good for them. Honestly, that takes quite a ballsy people to do that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, and to get everyone on board, he said the boys are getting quite excited. So I'm like, I'm like really excited for them. I'm excited for me because, I get to have some of my really good friends here you can make friends, but you can also export them as well, or import them as it goes.
There you go. Well, you can't you? There you go.
But this is why I'm sharing it, because if there's something that you're really, really passionate about, share it with people, because you don't know what I would have if I had bet my mum and dad selling their house in Turkey and coming to live in Cyprus, I would have lost my house. I would have bet my life on it. It would never have happened, and here we are.
Yeah, there you go. Things happen for reasons, don't they? Believe it. It's not all. It's all mathematical. I'm coming back to our first conversation. It's all meant to be. It's the plan. It is what it is. Just enjoy it. You don't know how long you got here. Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Okay. Anything else?
Well, I was going to say I've got a good somebody lined up who's already said. I'm sure I can share her name. It's Sarah Schuler, and she's a professional hypnotist, but she specialises in the mind. Oh my God, she's just so unbelievably like in this sector. She knows in and out. Up down to breathing work, everything, it's how to control your mind and get what you want and focus. And she's really a empowered lady. My God, just being in her presence, you'll know what I mean. Her energy. So I'm really excited to.
Do we have a date?
So she'll be. Well, hopefully after our next lot of podcasts, because we want to get the 5G stuff done, and we want all that to be out. After that, I'm hoping maybe
We'll get a
get
date for
Sarah
it.
and we'll organise it. But she's happy to do it. She'd love to do it.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. I
So
think we're
we're
going to do
hoping
one
to
on
do that.
MMS as well. Ralph wants to come on and talk about that. So maybe we'll have to
Oh,
do
brilliant.
one a week, Ayse, at this pace.
Yeah, we might need to do 2 or 3 a week. Why not? These poor people, you can see our faces.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, look, it's great. I think. Listen, I hope we've. Actually, I want to say one more thing, and then I don't know. We'll just sign off. But I've been watching a channel called Comedy Unleashed. I've been watching them for a while now, and they're basically the free speech comedy club. So people just say whatever they want to say, right? Which you won't get on TV, you won't get many places, but it's really good. Check out Comedy Unleashed, and I think it's really important that we laugh. And I think we've all taken this last couple of years, especially with the lockdowns and the fear mongering and everything that's been going on. And you know, one of the things about living an empowered life is you live on your terms. And yes, things can occur or seem very difficult and challenging, but in your day-to-day life, how is it? And what can you be responsible for? What can you manifest, attract, bring forth?
100%. And it
So,
makes you realise the choice is yours.
yeah.
It really is. The choice is yours in everything. And you know that when you really, really realise that in your core, that's when you feel empowered, I believe. Because it is really, everything is your, like you said, you're choosing to watch that Comedy Unleashed
I
instead
think
of
that'd be
sitting there
excuses
watching
today.
something that's fear mongering and, you know, trying to make you feel this small. You know, it's a choice. It's a
Yeah.
choice. It's all in the mind.
So shall we round up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a wonderful week.
Been a wonderful week, guys. We'll be back on next week. We may even throw another one out during the week. I mean, you know, why not? Maybe over the weekend, more to the point, because it's Thursday tomorrow. Listen, Aish, have a lovely day tomorrow. And if you're watching the show and you're getting value, please feedback, share it, subscribe. Find us on the Mighty Network platform under Empowered Living North Cyprus. And you know, we wish you all an empowered day, empowered life. Bye.
See ya.